It's great in the middle of our 27th year on the air to welcome Liberty High School, the newest and the ultra-modern school in our community school district. It's my pleasure to welcome two eminent leaders from the school, Harrison and Sushma, as well as I started with them. Right?
That's good. That's where you should start.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Scott Kibbe, our principal, famous guy. Everybody knows you in town, of course. Whether people from West High before you took the helm of Liberty, famous coach and the director of athletics and all that. And now you are doing a major role in our newest school, the great school of Liberty High.
Yep, it's fun.
And you have brought with you these wonderful leaders.
Yep.
And I backstage before we started, we were talking about the activities that you're doing, and that's staggering. I mean, I can't believe that you're doing all that. Let's start with Sushma. Why don't you start and tell me how many roles you play in school, other than doing the math and social studies and language arts?
Well, I spend a lot of time in one of my clubs called Best Buddies, which is a club that helps people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in our school. And that's like a big part of what I do at school. And also, I'm a member of Difference Makers, which is a club at our school that works to help children with life-threatening diseases around our community, as well as president of Student Senate, which...
You are the president.
Yes.
Oh, what an honor. I have never had the chance to be with a president before, so that's great.
Yeah, and we just help around the school, especially first year, to help make it better. Volleyball and tennis too. Gotta keep up with. Gotta stay in shape.
To mention a few, right?
Yeah.
To mention a few. And Harrison, go ahead.
I'm a member of the First Liberty Band this year. I'm in the marching band, as well as jazz band and show band with Sushma. She's in the show choir. I play trombone. And also I'm in a club called BPA, which is Business Professionals of America. We participate in business-related events for youths. You do mock interviews, you do mock pitches for your new businesses, and we actually have state coming up next week. And I'm also in Student Senate with Sushma.
And you have all these activities at Liberty that were just born yesterday.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, you just dived in. That's amazing.
Yeah, we have everything that people would expect that we would have.
So the floor is yours. Tell our audience, what do we have?
Yeah, so the AP programming, we have 7 AP classes this year, and next year we're planning on having 14. We have varsity sports in 15 of the state-sanctioned 21 sports, and the ones that we don't have, we co-op with West High. And we have all those outstanding performing arts programs that you heard about, from show choir to marching band to jazz choirs to drama productions. We have Seussical the musical coming up in April, and so the kids are already preparing for that stage performance, and they did a couple plays in the fall as well. And so all those things, in addition to the clubs that you heard the kids talk about, whether it's Science Bowl or Math Team or Best Buddies or BPA, we're a comprehensive high school.
Can you, I see that you have a list of things here. Is there anything you want to focus on here?
Well, I think the first thing maybe that I would focus on is last year, even before Liberty was open, these two were part of a group of 18 kids from around the Liberty community that were my student advisors. And so we talked about building a school crest for our diploma and those kind of things.
The advisor is the principal committee
Yes.
for students.
Yes.
They advise the president.
Yes.
The principal, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And we didn't have a school, so we met at North Central and we met in the evenings. And
Yep.
like I said, we built a school crest that'll be on our diploma. They helped with some art around the school. If you're in the building, you'll see some art on the walls that the kids helped pick. We did community service. It's a big piece of what we believe in at Liberty, not just with my student advisory, but a lot of clubs. So we served a meal at the Ronald McDonald House, and we planted trees on campus on a really hot day. And
Yeah.
those 18 kids were just awesome.
So the first missionary of the
They are.
Liberty High.
Yes, indeed.
That's great. And now let me ask them. You have been in another school before joining Liberty, right? Both of you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both went to West High.
I just want to know from you. Of course, all the schools here are great, no doubt about that. But there are certain areas where each school is prominent in more than the other. I mean, at least for our knowledge between West and City, there are certain activities that the school is known for more than others. If you have to select one thing for Liberty that's unique, what it would be? And you are the president. Senate. What do you think that makes Liberty Liberty?
I think that after coming from West and being at a school with 2,000 people and then coming to Liberty, I think there's a much more like family feel to it. We're more close
The
knit.
small size.
Mhm.
That's
And, like I know a lot of people know each other, and it feels more like home.
yeah. I totally second what you said because I taught in a small school too, but I cannot believe how live it is with 2,000
Yeah.
people. You know,
Hard to
in
get
the-
through the
in
hallways.
hallways, and especially when you have big distances, you know, between one class and another, and recess and lunch and the traffic and all that, and the parking, and you name it.
Yeah.
How's it?
Yeah, for me it's similar to Sushma, except I also get that small school feeling with big school opportunities. So I can get that
Oh, yeah.
700 students, but at the same time we have those 7 AP offerings, soon to be 14. I have about 50 different clubs I can join. I can play football and start with also doing track and field. I don't have to specialize, which I felt you kind of had to do at West High, which isn't inherently an issue, but it's nice to have options and to be able to be in a lot of different things at Liberty.
Yeah, that's a great point. When you have a small school that offers everything a big school can offer, I think that's probably what makes Liberty special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there things that you would like to see improved in a school?
For me, the only issues I've seen are mostly in the hallways with just noise, I guess. It's not that big of an issue for me, and overall I've had a really good experience at the school.
How about you?
I agree.
Can you give me a little idea? I don't want you to mention numbers and go through a spreadsheet and all that. I mean, we're talking here very laid-back conversation. I want to know from you the ratio between females and males. About 50-50, or you have more
Yeah,
males
Between,
males and females.
yeah, it's pretty split even.
split even?
I don't know the exact numbers, but it seems pretty even. There's no like big gap between either one.
Our difference is probably in the age. Remember, we have
Right.
600 freshmen and sophomores, but we only have 150 juniors and seniors. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, one of the things that people who just sometimes write articles or find something to criticize, you know, they describe Liberty as an elite school. I don't understand how did this come. What is the source of this? You know, that's an elite school.
I don't know. We're very diverse. We have over 30%
Maybe that's why it's
ethnicity
elite.
in our school.
Maybe that's
Mhm.
why it's elite, because
Yep.
it's diverse. You know, let us take it this way. You know, elite means special and,
Yeah.
Recognizable, and so maybe that's it.
It's certainly very nice. I mean, we have elite facilities from
Yeah.
our auditorium to our gym to the
And you have
classrooms, and the
definitely
library is beautiful.
Ultra-modern and everything, ultra-modern. Maybe that's what they meant, you
Yep.
know. Yeah. That's wonderful. Tell me, how do you feel about the class sizes are small than the other schools, right? Definitely.
Yeah. Our math class is
Yeah.
8 people.
8 people.
That's
Yeah.
really wonderful.
Yeah.
It makes me and Mr. Mike Peterson taught forever, even before I was born. He was teaching, right, Mike? So John taught forever too, a century before I was born. He's laughing, you see me. I'm not going to get away with that. But when the teacher teaches a small size class, it's a joy. It's a very special feeling, you know. Do you feel this way, that the teachers are more relaxed and they know everybody well enough? And,
I think we're Miss Nick's favorite
kind
class.
of
Yeah,
one-on-one
yeah.
relationship,
Especially,
right?
yeah, especially in math. She always seems more relaxed and like, I don't know, she likes us a lot more. I had her last year too with a class of 31, and she acts a lot different around us because there's only 8 of us. She doesn't have to deal with all the logistics of handling those extra kids and educating them all at the same time. That's the case with a lot of our classes, actually. My biggest class is about 25, 26 people, and that's an honors class as well, so it's not as tough to handle as one of those 31, 32
Maybe
kid
tell them
classes.
what classes you take. So Miss Nigg's class, you're sophomores, that's pre-calc honors.
Yeah.
You're both in social studies. What social studies you in?
AP World.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us some more of the stuff you do.
We're both in Spanish 3 honors.
Okay.
I'm in band, she's in choir. We both also take chemistry honors, and also English 10 honors is I think that's our last class we have together. And then second period, I have Introduction to Business with Mr. Gost. And Sushma, what do you have second period?
Choir.
Oh, first period, I guess, my bad.
I take Principles of Engineering, first period.
Which is a Project Lead the Way class.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
you can see why I'm so proud of those two.
Yeah, with Dominic.
No.
Yeah.
Super.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you have a very good teacher to teaching this. It's very unique scientist. How about if you tell me, I know there is a lot that's coming for Liberty in the strategic plan.
Yes, very much so. And so on campus, right now on the west side of the campus, the heavy construction equipment has already arrived. And we wish it wouldn't have snowed because they would have already been digging. But all of the activity spaces on the west side of campus will start construction this spring. And so that's a stadium that has a football field and track, and then baseball and softball and tennis for Sushma and soccer, and then all those outbuildings as well, you know, restrooms and concession stands and more parking. And so that's this spring, and we'd love for that to be done by football season in the fall. We'll see how close we get, and the weather will make a big difference in that regard. And then because of the bond issue as well, we're going to get a 500-seat student addition. And we'll have to talk to Dwayne whether that got moved up or not, but it's a few years down the road. We'll be at capacity next year with 1,000 kids, and 2 years from now we'll have 1,200 kids, and so that addition will help us get up to capacity of 1,500 kids. So
And this means new classrooms.
new classrooms, yep, 20 more classrooms when that addition gets built, yep, on the east side of the campus.
And you have enough land, acres.
We do, yep. And it was strategically designed that way. So the building's in a U shape, and they'll simply make that a complete square, and we'll have a courtyard.
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah,
So, and you are geothermal.
we are geothermal.
Yeah, that sounds. So, do you get a lot of people like ask you how is the school, they would like to come and visit.
Yeah, lots of people are very interested in the building. I
Yeah.
found the brand new facilities. They see it on Dubuque Street and they think it's really cool and big. I don't get asked a lot about visiting, but they find it interesting that I go to a brand new high school.
You get a lot of questions about this.
I get a lot of questions, yeah, and I have a fair amount of
And
guests that
you
come.
make tours too.
I do. I make
And you were
tours.
telling me before we started about the tour that you're giving.
Yep, some retired administrators are coming in visit me on Thursday. So after school, I'll give them a tour of the facilities.
And principals and
Yep.
central office.
Yep,
people.
exactly.
Oh, great.
You know, one thing that's unique about Liberty in terms of those tours and older buildings like West High and the school that I came from in Cedar Rapids, we had so many doors and it was so wide open. Well, at Liberty, we're a one entrance place, and so it's a very secure facility. And so everybody comes in one spot and everybody goes out one spot. And if you come in the middle of the day, you got to come through the office. You can't get in, you know, just by chance. And so that's what modern schools are doing now, making places safe for kids.
Now, let us get a little bit into your personal dreams and goals and all. It's very, and I want to know from you, did your vision change a little bit after you went to Liberty? You're thinking of another future, another plans for career before you went to Liberty and after you went to Liberty?
For me, it didn't really change my overall goal, but it did change how I was going to achieve that.
Okay,
Liberty-
let's start with your overall goal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I started off wanting to go into finance in my first year at West High, and Liberty's kind of reaffirmed that for me. I'm taking a business course right now, as I said earlier, and I really like it, and I'm going to continue on that path, I think.
That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
A very good choice. How about you, Sushma?
I want to go into biomedical engineering, so I'm taking this Project Lead the Way class, and it's help me figure out like what it's going to be like in the future, and to confirm that that's actually what I want to do.
And you both are seniors now, or you
We're
just,
sophomores.
wow?
Yeah.
And you're doing all that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, indeed.
I thought you are juniors or seniors maximally, you know, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And how many staff over there now?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I think there are 40 full-time staff, and then when you count some part-time staff, I think we're close to 50. And then when you count custodial and kitchen and paras, I think we're like around 90 at that time.
Let's just say 90.
Yeah,
And how many kids?
750.
Wow, it's like 1 to 7 or
Yeah.
1 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, you know, 1 to 8. Exactly like the math class that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And in other schools, I think it's above that, right?
I think so.
115, 120.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
I know, of course, Mike Peterson probably knows more about these ratios more than me. How many? 120 or less or more, Mike? In this area, right? The size of class in other high schools.
I think they just had a thing that said the average was upper 20s.
Oh.
It was a statewide, so
Oh wow! See,
Yeah.
so this makes you about.
it's just classroom teachers, though, not everybody else.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Classroom teachers. Well, do you think that we should talk about something else to our audience that I didn't mention?
We brought some pictures. I don't know if they want to show
Do
some
you
of
have,
those
do you
pictures.
have
and-
time, John, for some pictures?
It's all right.
You never got it.
No problem. some of those things were about some of the community
I
service
think
stuff that was
Erin,
going on.
yeah, I think Erin told us that she has some pictures, but we didn't get them. Okay.
That's all
For some
right.
technological problems.
Yeah.
Next time you bring the
Yeah, that's right there.
Drive.
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
because we became very technologically advanced now. We didn't used to, but now we have, as you see, everything is ultra modern. Erin just changed our logo. You can see the exchange here that she's our graphic designer and one of the directors here. And she came up with this, and so we're proud of all the advances that they are doing here.
Yeah.
Now, how about you? If you want to talk to our audience, our viewers, about something that we didn't know, or you want to talk about in Liberty.
I just think it's people don't usually realize with Liberty that we do offer like most things that other high schools have. When people ask me about it and I tell them we're just freshmen and sophomores, they don't usually, or mostly freshmen and sophomores, they usually think we just don't have any activities and we do everything through West. We actually do have like mostly varsity sports except for football and a few others. And we also have things like show choir and like jazz choir even and jazz band. We have all those opportunities that bigger high schools have. We just have less kids in them overall.
Well, it's good that you had the chance to say that, because I myself have had an idea that you have a lot of activities, but I didn't imagine that it's already settled and it's a program going on in all directions.
Yeah.
Which is a major effort that sometimes takes years to establish. And you were just born yesterday, right? This
Might
is
as well have been.
is it the second year? First year?
First year.
First year, and you
So
did all that.
Last year, the advisory was meeting even though we weren't at school, but
Right,
yeah.
right. You started 1 year earlier, but it was just preparation, but you didn't have
Exactly.
the building or anything.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Are you looking forward to the new extensions that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really am, because I'm on the football team and we don't currently have a practice field on site or a stadium on site. We played at West High last year, or well, this season. So it'll be really nice to have both a practice field at school and be able to play our home games actually at home.
And I expect, of course, West High would be welcoming you, you know. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you are,
of course.
very correct. I think our director was able to load the pictures now,
Yeah.
so let's show them. Yeah.
So that's my student advisory, and like I said, we met at North Central, and there's 18 of them, and I'm proud of every last one of those. Part of the advisory was they were in a big piece of the ribbon cutting in early August, and there you see Sushma. She gave
That's,
the student.
Miss President.
Yes, she gave the presentation at the ribbon cutting. And we did the actual ribbon cutting there, and it was important that the students did that and not the adults. And like I said, community service is a big piece of Liberty, and so there we're at the Ronald McDonald House. That's my student advisory. And we're planting trees there, Hani, like we said we did. And at Martin Luther King Day was also a day where we did community service. So everything from making blankets for shelters to care packages for the North Liberty and Coralville Police. I may even have that picture next if I remember right. Yeah, so the kids made care packages for the officers, which was very nice. And more blankets. That was at the Compassion House, right? And Sushma was there that day. Like Harrison was saying, we've got a lot of activities, and so we actually had a state cross-country qualifier, and she finished in the top 15.
Oh, already.
Yeah, fantastic. And that is our state championship dance team. Liberty has already had a dance state championship.
Oh, dance, I'm very biased.
Yeah.
That dance is my favorite
It's
activity. you know.
amazing. That's
Yeah,
my science bowl
super.
team practicing. And Science
Wow.
Bowl just had a competition about a week ago, and they finished 4th out of 40 schools. And again, all freshmen and sophomores, just doing a great job. We have show choir, and Sushma's in there somewhere, maybe slightly off screen there.
I'm there.
I'm in the back.
There's a jazz band. We have this beautiful Grand Commons area where we eat lunch normally, and jazz band chose to have their night with families in that Grand Commons. They just sounded fabulous. That's Harrison's BPA group, and they received a donation to fund some of their activities at State, and that's a week away. And there's what we were talking about, the construction. The equipment is there, Hani, and so now if we can get rid of that snow, then they'll start digging us a stadium.
Wow, that's so impressive, and I can't congratulate you enough for all the efforts and all the endeavors that you have had to go through to establish a new school. This is a huge task. And I'm sure that our district is lucky to have you as a leader of the school. I can see the result of the hard work there. We are proud of you so much.
Thank
We
you.
wish you all the best in the business world as well as in the science world. And on this note, I have to wrap up this show. And thank you very much, Sushma and Harrison and Mr. Kebby, for all the wonderful things that we heard about tonight. And if anybody has a question, they should contact your school
Absolutely.
at
Yep.
688-8150.
1350.
1350. Thank you very much indeed, and thanks to Public Access TV. We are going to be on YouTube tonight, or maximally tomorrow, and then we're going to be on Channel 18, Channel 21, all the time starting next week. Most of the time will be in weekends, in the morning as well as in the evening. And if you don't have cable, you have us on YouTube. Or you go to website, and that's Public Access TV, PATV.tv. Thank you very much, and welcome to our show. We'll come back again whenever you want. Thanks to John Karhoff and Mr. Mike Peterson and Dr. G from Public Access TV, as well as Erin